Good morning, and welcome to Beyond Common Sense. I have really been struggling about what to say, but I feel like I need to put up a podcast. I haven't done that for a while. There's been a lot on my plate lately, but that's okay. It keeps me young, right? Like yesterday, we went on a field trip as chaperones. And we decided that perhaps that's one thing we have to hang up as we get older. And so I thought about doing a podcast on getting old and growing old gracefully and knowing when to quit. And it was a great day. The kids were great. But as Tom and I were sitting there on that bus on the way home at 8:30 that night, and our legs are screaming and the kids are just being kids and having a great time. Oh my. We both said, what are we doing here? It's time to retire. Anyway, it was a great day and lots of blessings. So that was going to be a podcast. But actually, what I was struggling with this morning, more than that, is a frustration. So I thought, I bet all of my listeners are frustrated at one time or another. Isn't that true? What do you do when you're frustrated? Well, let me tell you my frustration. My frustration is my cell phone and my plan for my cell phone. Now, we use track phones, and this is not an advertisement, but I do like the track phone. I don't know of any other plan that is cheaper. We basically pay $12 a month, which is crazy. Get unlimited text, unlimited calls, but only 12 gigabytes of data. And that should be enough, really. 1 gigabyte a month, that should be enough. And usually it is enough. But they've also tacked on this thing called hotspot. And what I have found is that I've been connecting to my hotspot more often than I realized, hence no more data. And I was so frustrated about this because I've dealt with this before. And anyway, I don't need to go into all those details. But I will say this, it made me cranky. It made me frustrated. And this morning, I was just not really nice to be around. I know, for those of you who know me, that you can't even imagine that, can you? Miss happy-go-lucky all the time. Well, we all have those moments. But I couldn't quite pinpoint why I was such a crank. And then I realized that's what it was. Well, yesterday on the field trip, I got a text from TracFone because I was getting down to no data, which made me nervous going on a field trip and not being able to use my phone if my little group of 4 fifth grade girls and I got lost somewhere. It's really kind of hard to get lost on Ellis Island or on Liberty Island. That's where we were. But I was nervous about that. Anyway, I got a text from TracFone saying, you have reward points. You can buy more data. So this morning I went on, and guess what? I was able to get 3 more gigabytes of data. And my plan doesn't run out till August. So I'm going to make those 3 gigabytes last that long, or as long as I can. What's the point? Frustrated? Ah, yes. But God is faithful. I can't take the time to tell you all that God is doing in my life. I will share a few things with you all who are my dear readers. And once again, just a thank you to all of you who encourage me on this journey of faith called authoring. My next book is Journey of Faith. I've mentioned it a billion times. I've been working on it for 2 years, and if I was going to self-publish this book, it would be out by October. But I'm trying to get it published. I have learned so much in the past few months, actually the past year, about writing that it shocks me that I was able to write books that people enjoy, and yet I didn't follow a lot of the rules of fiction writing. So that said, I've been praying more than ever about this book, asking for God's direction and His leading, and He is leading. Now, I don't know what He's going to do as far as my next step, which is putting another proposal together. If any of you have been following me for a while, you know I've done that several times, specifically last year, really upping my game, trying it one more time. And so I keep saying one more time. I do think this will be the last time. I don't know. God knows. All I know is this, He has taught me so much, and I don't need to be nasty. Whether it's about a track phone, whether it's about trying to do what seems impossible, whether it's just trying to live this life that God has given us to live, shining for Jesus, having a good and godly day, those seem to be my mottos. Am I living by them? Well, you may not know it. If you listen regularly at all, you know as well I'm putting together a read through the Bible in a year devotional book. I'm excited about it. I'm pulling from years of notes that I've kept while reading through the Bible, and have really been working on this for several years as well. Hope to have that out by October. However, each day has several verses from a proverb right on the page, so it's one less thing that you have to look up, trying to make this as user-friendly as possible. And I've been copying, pasting these into the book, and this one made me stop and do a podcast. Proverbs 16:23-24. The heart of the wise teaches his mouth, and adds learning to his lips. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the bones. And as I was copying those verses, I realized my words were not sweet this morning with my sweetheart. My attitude has not been right. I've had a lot of quiet, tense moments, which is better than saying things I shouldn't. But I want to have sweet words. I want to have a heart that's wise. I want God to teach me how to control what I say. Pleasant words, sweetness to the soul, health to the bones. Can we take that literally? Will I be more healthy if I'm a wise person? Oh, yes, I think that's true. Yes, there are very wonderful, wise people who God has put in the crucible of sickness and difficulties. Why? That they may shine more and more. He's taken them home early. And I don't get all that, except I know He is always only good. But for me, I want to have those sweet words. So I'm sharing that with you to say, are you frustrated? Are you quick to fly off the handle? Oh, ugh. Yeah, I think I've gotten that under control somewhat, but not at home as much as I'd like to. And so just always trying to sharpen each other. That's why I'm putting this out today, just to encourage you that when you're frustrated, watch those words. Better to be silent, isn't it, than to say something that you will regret. And that's really all I have today. Just keep at it. Keep reading God's word. Keep tucking it away into your heart. Keep allowing God to test you and try you and sharpen you so that you'll come forth as gold and be the instrument that He intended you to be. Isn't it wonderful how our God puts each of us into our situations that we can accomplish exactly what He wants us to accomplish? No more, no less. I just recently read a quote, and I won't even try to dig up that file from this old brain, but basically it was saying, I am not responsible for what I cannot do. I'm not responsible for that. I'm only responsible for those things that God calls me to do, and He will equip me to be able to do them. And that's really all I need to say today. So I hope you go out there and have a good and godly day. Thanks for listening.